Good morning guys, happy Sunday, happy day 11 of our 21-day yoga challenge. So officially over the halfway mark now. So this morning's yoga class is all for the hips, as you might have seen from the title. Hips can be a broad range of things. If we think about the movement that we have in our hip, we've got our hip flexors, which on the front of the body, we've got our glutes, we've got external rotation. So there's lots of different directions that we can move our hip. And we'll try and hit a little bit of all of them today. So we'll start in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Doesn't really matter which leg that you have in front, but if you find that you're always taking the same one, switch it up for once. And then let yourself settle. Take yourself a nice deep breath in, and then letting it all go. Let the shoulders soften away from the ears. Closing the eyes, and just allow yourself to tune into the breathing. Allowing your breath to become a little stronger. Take a full deep breath in, and then control that breath out back through the nose all the way until the lungs are empty. Again, breathing in all the way to the top and breathing out all the way to the bottom. Lovely, and then with your next breath in, circle your arms wide, reach them high, lift the chin as you gaze up. As you exhale, place your left hand onto the mat behind you, right hand to come to the knee, taking a twist to look over the left shoulder, keeping the chest nice and tall and the thighs rolling out. Pausing here, breathing in and breathing out to untwist. Same again, inhale, arms rise tall, gaze up towards them. Exhale, right hand behind you. Left hand comes to the knee as you twist and look over right shoulder. Send that breath right down to the bottom of the lungs. And then use your exhale to untwist, unravel, and then drawing your feet to face one another into a big diamond shape. So not close next to your bum, far away from you. I like to think of it as a bit of a turtle shell. I want you to think of breathing in, lengthening lower body, and as you exhale, round the body forwards. Let your elbows come to the outsides of the shins. You can hold on to the toes of the feet, and the intention is to think of forehead towards heels, but of course it matters absolutely zero amount how close your forehead is to your heels. We've got a rounded spine, and those thighs are pushing outwards. You can give a little pull against your feet if you feel ready for a little bit of a deeper movement. Pressing those thighs away. Great, take a full deep breath in and a slow breath all the way out. As you release your feet, allow yourself to roll up. Slide the left leg away from you to be straight out, and then the right foot to step out to face the right hand side, foot roughly in line with hips. Right hand is going to step out with it to help pin the knee back, and as you inhale, send the left arm to the sky. Feel that length in the left side body. Option to pause here. Two options: you can either take a bind by taking the arm through the leg and the left hand going behind the back, or perhaps you can go round the front of the shin, remembering that it's early, we've not warmed the shoulders up, so taking whichever one feels appropriate for you. Think of pushing that knee behind you as you look towards your left. Good, breathing in. And then breathing out, release. Kick that foot forwards, and then left foot steps alongside the pelvis, toes point towards the left. Left arm reaches out, right arm to the sky, inhale. This is your first option to pause and stay, or take the bind by arm going under thigh, or take the bind by arm going round front of shin. Turn the chest towards the right. Big shape to start with. Deep breath in. And then releasing as you breathe out, and you can hug those heels in. Allow yourself to roll over the knees or to turn them around as you come towards your tabletop. Moving through a couple of cat and cows. Breathing in, lift through the chest, sit bones to the sky. And breathing out to hollow out the front body as you broaden the upper back. Good, again, breathing in. And breathing out. I think I'm going to have to change my answer when people ask me what my favourite movements are. Take a couple more, just allowing the spine to move through a full range of motion. And then as you draw yourself back to neutral, let the toes tuck under, the hips lift to the sky, press the chest back and take yourself a down dog, a little wiggle of those legs to allow everything to feel a little looser. Open into the shoulders. And then take a nice full deep breath in. All the way back out. And then one more, inhale. And exhale. I then want you to look forwards to the top of the mat as you walk your feet in towards the wrists, keeping the hands on the floor as long as you can, feet hip distance apart. Give yourself a little dangle, a little fold here to let the hamstrings find some length, letting the head hang nice and heavy. And then one more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to sink your bum down towards your heels, keeping the heels onto the mat. Arms reach forward to help counterbalance. So a very narrow, low squat, challenging the hips. Just sink as low as you can and pause there. And then let your hands release as you walk yourself back onto your bum, keeping your feet hip distance apart and turning your fingertips to face backwards as you lean back into the hands bit. So a little bit of a recline. Push down into the feet, and as you breathe in, lift your bum off the mat into reverse table. Keep pushing down through the big toe sides of your feet. Your tailbone is tucked under, glutes are squeezing, and chest is rising up between the heads of the shoulders. Left knee is then going to draw up towards the sky. Right leg has to work hard. From there, cross this left ankle over the right thigh, taking that figure 4 shape, thinking of that left knee falling down as you keep strong through that right side. Last one, guys, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, I want you to come to place your bum as close to your wrists as you can. So you've come into a seated figure 4. If you've got a little bit more space to work within your hips, you can move that supporting leg a little closer. Importantly, both sit bones on the floor. This top foot flexed, and you can press the ankle against the thigh. And the chest to stay nice and tall, using our hands to support the torso. Breathing in, breathing out. And then one more inhale. And exhale, let that right leg slide away from you. Take the feet back to the mat as we come to the second side. Push into feet, push into hands, lift your bum off of the mat. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes, and keep those knees slightly drawing inwards so that we don't have knees falling apart. Stay strong through that left leg and let your right knee draw to the sky. I guess it's knee towards chest. Keep pushing through left foot, this right ankle, cross it over the left thigh, let the knee fall away from you, keep pushing the hips nice and tall. Find a heaviness through that right leg, breathing in. As you breathe out, slow and steady, come to see if you can pop your bum right down towards your wrists. You can then readjust your hands and maybe bring your foot a little closer as you come to your seated figure 4. It's a good way to get the body feeling a little warmer. Keep that right knee moving away from you and give this left ankle a press against the left thigh. Great, one more breath. And as you exhale, releasing, letting those heels hug in close to your bum, rolling yourself over, back towards tabletop, finding yourself back towards that all fours position. From here, with your right leg, it's going to stay bent. I want you to think of drawing the knee out towards the right-hand side. So cocking your leg out, lift it as high as it can, and then slowly let it return down towards where it came from. Again, lifting it tall, squeezing through right glute, see if it can lift a little higher. And slowly drawing it back down. And then one more just like that. Lift that knee out. Push into the arms to feel your support. And this time, that knee in the sky, I want you to come to kneel behind your other leg. So squeeze the thighs together, kneel behind that left knee, open your feet to be as wide as your mat. So as you come to sit down, you come to sit between the heels into cow face pose. Sit onto a cushion or a block if you struggle to get down. Right arm rises to the sky alongside the ear. Exhale, reach down between shoulder blades. Either left hand holds the elbow close to the head, or the left hand can come to find a bind behind your back. Lift the chin away from the chest, breathing in and breathing out. Squeeze the thighs towards each other, inhale. And then exhale, release. Find some momentum to come over the knees. Hands come to the mat as you untangle the legs. Left knee rises out to the left-hand side. Lift it tall. Slowly letting it come back towards the other leg. Again, reaching that knee out tall. Thighs moving away from each other. And slowly to lower it back down. And then just one more. Sweep that leg wide. Lifting it tall. And then send that left knee behind the right. Open the feet to be as wide as the mat. Squeeze those thighs together as you walk your way back, getting both sit bones down onto the mat, knees towards your midline. Left arm, inhale, send it to the sky. Reach down between shoulder blades. Either right hand to hold the elbow and encourage it down, or give that right hand a wiggle behind your back to come to find the bind. Chest stays tall. Try to lift the chin away from the chest if you're feeling quite sort of compressed and rounded. And then last one, breathing in. And breathing out, release those arms, roll yourself back over those knees, untangle the legs, and make your way back up into downward facing dog. Pushing the thighs backwards, hopefully the legs are feeling a little more open, a little more awake. Filling the lungs, breathing in. And breathing all the way out. And then with your left leg, as you inhale, reach it to the sky, three-legged dog. Leg stays as straight as we can manage. As you exhale, guide that foot to the top of the mat, then to step right between the hands, so right smack bang in the middle of the mat. Drop the back heel down so the toes point outwards as you windmill your arms up into warrior two. So your feet are on a little tightrope, bending front knee on top of front ankle. Nice and broad across your chest. Think of the thighs rolling away from each other as you press down into the little toe edges of your feet. Last one, breathing in. As you breathe out, front forearm to the thigh as the right arm goes alongside the ear. If you've got a little bit more room to work within your hips, you could send left fingertips to the floor, to the inside of the foot. Stay nice and long through this top right side of the body. Think hugging the hips underneath. One more, breathe in. As you breathe out, come all the way back up to warrior two, straighten out your legs. Let your hands come to your waist. Turn all toes to face forwards, they're all going to point towards the right hand side, and then turn your heels in slightly, so the toes point outwards. I then want you to bend the knees in the direction of the toes, so the thighs are pointing outwards. Let your hands come to your inner thighs, fingers point down, to guide those thighs even wider. Stay nice and low through the sit bones, sinking low into this wide-footed squat. And then I want you to drop your right shoulder towards the mat as you look over your left shoulder. Your right arm becomes stronger. Really push that thigh away from you. Use the inhale, come back towards center. And the exhale, drop the left shoulder so you look over the right and give that left leg a bit of a stronger push. As you inhale, come back towards center. Release the legs as you draw yourself up to stand, and then coming to face the back of the mat. So turning your toes, all to face forwards first, and then your back right foot is going to point toward the back of the mat. Broaden those arms alongside the shoulders as you bend into that front knee, maybe widening your stance if you want to challenge the pose a little further, warrior two. Pressing down through outer edges of feet. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, right forearm to right thigh, or perhaps the fingertips to the floor. Left arm goes all the way up and over alongside the ear as you keep lunging into this front leg. Pull the hips underneath. Roll the left chest back. Take one more breath. And then exhale, draw yourself up to stand and turn those right toes back. So now the feet are parallel with the edges of your mat. Arms to go wide into a big star shape. Breathing in, lift the chest. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to fold, thinking of keeping a tabletop spine as you go. Your hands can either come to your feet, they could come to the mat, or you could take a different variation if you know of one that is your favorite. Focus your attention into your lower belly, lower back. Let that area grow longer as you breathe in. And encouraging the body to fold as you breathe out. Good, couple more. Lengthening torso. Engaging through quads. And then last one, breathing in. As you breathe out, draw your fingertips maybe just onto the mat in front of you to halfway release out of it. You can then walk your hands back to face the top of the mat. Drop your back knee down to the floor, keeping the back toes tucked under, so left foot is at the top of the mat. As you inhale, lift through your chest, arms rise up and overhead alongside the ears. Maybe gaze up as well, squeeze through right glutes. Find a nice long line in the front of the body, breathing in. And then breathing out. Hands come down, foot steps back into down dog. With your right leg, as you inhale, send it to the sky, three-legged dog. Left heel stays heavy. As you exhale, pop this right foot between the hands, top of the mat, as you drop the back knee to the floor. Keep the toes tucked under. Breathing in, arms rise alongside the ears. Nice and long in this left side of the body. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, hands come down to the mat, foot steps back and into down dog. Lift those hips nice and high. Now from here, I want you to drop your knees as wide as your mat, maybe even wider. And we're going to come down into frog. So you can keep walking those knees even wider. Turn the toes to face away from you. If you're on an uncomfortable floor, perhaps rotate yourself so your knees stay onto your mat. And once you've stepped your knees as wide as you're comfortable to, let your forearms come to the mat. We want to try and keep hips in line with knees and ankles in line with knees in the other direction. Think of rolling your sit bones towards the sky, so a little bit like our cow pose. Giving those inner thighs a bit of a press down against the floor, as long as it's comfortable enough. Great, last breath in. And then as you breathe out, let yourself come up onto the hands and just little bits at a time, wiggle those knees back onto the mat. We're going to take our Shavasana in child's pose today. If you'd prefer to take it onto your back, do let yourself turn over. But knees to be quite wide, bum to be towards heels, forehead to the mat, and take your arms into any position that feels comfortable for you. Let your eyes close and the whole body to feel heavy, a sense of release. And just allowing your breath to slow, feeling the heart rate slow as it does. and then take a nice deep breath in. Maybe reach those arms forwards. And as you exhale, you can let the hands walk in. If you were down on your back, you can make your way back to seated. Coming to sit up onto the shins or otherwise. With your final inhale, circle those arms to the sky. And your final exhale to lower the hands towards the belly and the chin down towards the chest. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me to stretch out those hips this morning. I hope that's feeling a little bit looser all around the different directions of the hips. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed the class. It really helps support me and my channel. And do remember, oh, Benny's doing his yoga now. Do remember that if you wanted to be in a chance to win a Manduka yoga mat, leaving a comment is just your sort of entry for the day. I don't know if you can see Benny's nose in the front there. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see you tomorrow morning for the live, which is at 7 a.m, back onto Monday morning. So enjoy the rest of your weekend or the rest of your day, wherever you are.